organic banana eating, coffee drinking, morning host banana show hosting. It's the one and only AdamJosh.com.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We are listening to the sweet and soothing sounds of Adam Josh. You can go to AdamJosh.com and listen to Adam Josh music. My name is Adam Josh. That is what my mama named me. And you can follow me on Twitter at AdamJosh.com. First name Adam, middle name Josh, last name Nunya. And you what, Adam? None of your business. Anyway, so here we are. Today is an exciting day for the world and America in general. Today, the east and west coast of America get to find out that they're completely irrelevant again in the grand scheme of the country. Because you can reference this later, but I just don't think that what the Democratic elite consider flyover country. I don't think that what they consider to be the flyover country is as irrelevant as they may try to portray it through their various outlets, like the media. Joe Blow, backyard Texan, may not have a giant media operation like CNN, but Joe Blow, backyard Texan, and his friends, their vote matters, and there's a lot more of them than there are of you guys. Sit in your ivory towers in California. Sit in your ivory towers over in Washington, D.C. Your Democratic strongholds. Now, I'm half American. It's coming out today. 1776. It's going to happen again. If you try to take our freedoms and our liberties. I know people in Texas. I know people all over. Families got land in Texas now. We might just pay a visit when the border opens. We might just have to go open the border ourselves. Once the wall is built to keep them Canadians out, their igloos, trying to migrate to our country of America. The U.S. elections make me laugh. In 2016, I was saying the best candidate that I saw. What was the guy? He was a futurist. Zoltan Istvan. That was, if you were to ask me, Adam, in a perfect world, for the people who are actually running, who should win? Zoltan Istvan. So I was like, top of the list, this is my pick, right? And then, after that, I was like, okay, there's these other few people, but when you get down to choosing between runny diarrhea and diarrhea with nuts in it, then I guess we have to choose Donald Trump, right? And when you're voting up and down the ticket, you have a choice how you're going to vote. So, funny story, our duct cleaner, Mr. Habib himself, Justin Habiber, is about to come in right on number 92. You guys have never even seen him, but he's been in my life since I was a teenager. In my 20s, at least. Be quiet. Shh. Have a good day, brother.
Yeah, man. I'm going to Montreal.
One job? Two jobs?
Department events, dry events.
Yeah.
The 3 stores, I did 2. One was remaining, so today we're gonna finish.
Desiree is begging me now. When are we gonna get the ducks? Who? Desiree. She's begging me, and I said, if you want to call somebody else, go ahead. Habib is busy.
Okay, we'll see.
All right, see.
I'll give you a date.
Bye. What's the fun in that? Your adopted family has a duct cleaning company, and you try to get your ducts at your own house cleaned, and they just laugh. Yeah. We're not doing that, Adam. Yeah, anyway. That's the attitude I get. I called Cody in for yesterday because I was busy with RushCheck, and he's just Yeah, Adam, we're not. I'm not gonna come in. Yeah, I got my kid. I have 2 kids. I got my kids, so I can't come in. Okay. This is the attitude we get. People look at my adopted dad like, oh, multi-millionaire, you're asking, what do you need money for? What do you even need customers for? Look at you, your multi-million-dollar house and your bajillion businesses. Over 100 staff that work for you. Gee, what do you even need money for? People don't get it. People don't respect the hustle. People don't get all this takes work. Making it look easy does not mean that anybody could do it. Eventually he's going to pull out of our parking lot. Until then you're going to hear the truck running. It's the same truck. If you follow me on Twitter, you'd see I replaced the blower fan. And I ordered that Isuzu blower fan brand new and installed it myself. Recently, like a week ago, I replaced I repaired the computer control board on the indicator switch. I have repainted the whole thing. I have rust-proofed the whole thing. And I still have the aluminum ladder rack over at a welding shop. I've done something else. I've serviced the compressor in the back a few times. Changed the oil. It's a pretty big unit. That was the replacement one for the older one. You should have seen the original one. That one makes the old one look ridiculous. That's actually really high quality truck. Alright, so what are we going to say? U.S. elections, yeah, Zoltan Ishvan, and if somebody would have asked me my opinion about the U.S. elections and said, hey, who's your ideal candidate for this year, this season, this election, my ideal candidate for president, on the Democratic side, I would say Tulsi Gabbard. I think I'm on record saying that. I like Tulsi. I liked Tulsi. Hard D on the end. I liked Tulsi until she sold out and flip-flopped and gave her votes to Joe Biden. Like a Bernie flip-flop. What else? Who else? The Libertarian candidate? I mean, up and down the ticket, I would have been voting for Ron Paul, right? And the Libertarian Party, if I could, if I was American. Probably all these years. Anybody who had said we're going to vote to end the Federal Reserve, I would have been like, all right. Republicans don't talk about that too much, and Democrats obviously don't mention it at all. But the reality is they're all Zionists. I was talking about that last night with some family member that I won't mention, but the reality is they're all Zionists. You know it, I know it. Basically, which family in office right now has direct relatives, that are Jewish people and Israelis? They're both Zionists, but one family has like actual Jews in their family in office right now, in positions of political power. Here we are sitting in Canada just observing this stuff, but don't listen to me. There's a Libertarian candidate, Jo Jorgensen. I mean, before I would vote for Trump, I would vote for her. Now, when you see my predictions on AdamJosh.com on my Twitter account, it may make it look like I'm promoting Donald Trump and I only want Donald Trump to win. The reality is that I'm a realist. I make my predictions not based off of the world that I want or the world that I want to see, but the world that we live in. I sincerely, I'm not even kidding you, I in 2016, I was like meditating hardcore in my car, like just sitting there. I remember sitting in my car a few times before I would go home for the day, just sitting there and like really, really contemplating the elections. And I came to the realization that it's not only that I envisioned it, but I saw Donald Trump winning in 2016. Now, I haven't had deep, intense meditations like that this time around because I'm just kind of like aghast that America could accidentally or intentionally vote Joe Biden, a 40-something year career politician, into office. So if they didn't learn their lesson over the last 47 years, like, they got voted out of office. Obama and Biden, they got voted out. Democrats got voted out. So, you know, what do you change your mind 4 years later? How can a vice president later become? I'm so confused by that. Remember when they said Hillary Clinton was gonna, you know, run in 2016? How does a first wife become president? Like, she was the first lady of Bill Clinton, and now what? Years later, she's going to become the president? How does that even happen? Like, can you guys not see how on its face kind of like corrupt and weird that is? Like, you're continually recycling these political families. I'm not saying that Donald Trump was fresh blood, but like, do they consider him an outsider? Is he a political outsider, or is he just an outsider? You know. But anyway, my predictions for today and how it's going to go. There's going to be riots, going to be violence, and I predict that Donald Trump is going to win another 4 years because there's no viable candidate. They put up their best, and it's like, you know, here's Superman on one side, Superman, and they're like, okay, Democrats, assemble your best candidate. All right. And Superman is over here like looking at this is your best candidate? You know, the thing, it has a survival blast for Barry. If you don't vote for me, you ain't a bear. You ain't a pug dog. And Superman is literally like, bing. I'm not saying that Donald Trump is Superman. I'm saying they might as well run a autistic geriatric man against Donald Trump. What is your fascination with having crusty old white men as your president, America? I really thought Tulsi Gabbard was going to be it. You know, I'm on record saying that they were going to run The Rock, and they tried to draft The Rock, so I get half points for that. I felt that one in the ether. I was pulling it down before anybody else. In 2016, I was like meditating, and I'm like, uh-oh, you feel that? That's like they're going to try to run The Rock. And I knew it in 2016. I was meditating one day, and that was in the ether. If you were meditating, you could have felt it too. It wasn't like an original thought. I'm telling you. It didn't originate here, but I just picked it up out of the ether one day. Anyway, it is what it is, guys. You're just going to have to suck it up. Donald Trump's going to be your president for 4 more years during this coronavirus wave. Maybe he's going to make it magically disappear. Like Sweden. Stockholm. What are they doing now in Stockholm? Has anybody checked on Stockholm? Because remember, they were just walking around like nothing was happening, saying, you know what? Herd immunity. Let what is going to happen. Let's not let it impact our lives. Morning Banana number 92. So I apologize to my American friends, but, you know, there's going to be violence, there's going to be looting, rioting, you know. You have the East and West Coast and the Democratic strongholds in between about to throw a temper tantrum, the likes of which you haven't seen in a while. So it is what it is. I'm sorry. And, you know, when the border opens, we're up here in Canada, there's lots and lots of land if you want to move here. Lots of land. So much land. So much land. This country is so huge. So much land up here. I live in Ontario. There's so much even just unexplored, untapped land, undeveloped land. Quebec next door, like just so much land. New Brunswick, you could drive through and not see anybody for like hours and hours, just endless fields. PEI is a little tight. Nova Scotia, more land. New Brunswick, I mentioned that already. Northwest Territories is like completely undeveloped. Saskatchewan is virtually empty. The prairies, Alberta, Alberta has some population centers, but the majority of it is actually empty. So BC, so much space in BC. What I'm saying is there's lots of land here. Manitoba is kind of like completely flat. The whole Earth is flat, but Manitoba is really flat. But if you like windy areas and flat plains, Manitoba, I'm just saying to my American friends, you can come up here and get away from your country, get away from your president if you don't like him. Lots of people up here would love to see you guys here, and bring your American money. You bring your American, especially to me. I would love to see your American money. As an investor and as somebody who takes American dollars and spends them on stocks, I'll take your American dollars. You can come here and pay me in American dollars. It's fine with me. So yeah, sad day for Democrats because they're gonna slowly wake up to the realization that controlling the media narrative isn't enough. And I guess my final thought would be Matt Drudge sucks. And yeah, don't know what happened to that guy, but who cares? You guys take care of yourself. My name is Adam Josh. Follow me on Twitter at adamjosh.com. I'm going to get to work. I got a busy day. You know, my guys don't want to show up for work because, Adam can handle it. Take care.